Hello everyone, Dibz here with a Zerg tutorial for you today in which I'm going to be focusing on the Ling Bane Muta composition versus Terran. So before we start talking about Ling Bane Muta, let's just talk about Ling Bane micro versus this composition. So the idea behind this is that we're going to be doing something called the box click split. The idea behind this strategy is that you're going to grab your Lings that are going forward and you're going to split them up in different directions to detonate the mines on their own army. This will allow you to mitigate damage from grouping your Lings together and also have less chance to detonate on your Banelings. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to use your Banelings and right click past everything because you don't want them to hit anything in the front, and you're just going to split off your Lings. So it'll look like this. Alright, so see, this is what it looks like. You have about 3 rows of units left for this Terran army. Alright, so let's go over that step by step. The first thing you're going to do is have these 2 in different armies, right? What you're going to do next is that you're going to attack move with your Lings into this army, and then you're going to have your Banelings just right-clicked past this army right here in this location. So then your Banelings don't detonate on any of these Marauders and then waste any of them. Okay, so at that point, when your Lings get about here, you want to box your frontal Lings, and you're going to split them off upwards, downwards, and towards the middle of their army. This will set off the mines and deal damage to themselves. Okay, so it'll look like this again. Let's go with that. Alright, you're going to right click towards the back, you're going to send these frontal Lings down, up, and towards the middle, and then you're going to attack, and then send your Banelings forward, and you're going to split them off in different directions. Right. Look at that trade. Look at that. See? This was an even better trade this time. You have only 2 rows of enemies and 1 mine. Okay. Now, just to do a comparison one more time, okay, this is what it looks like without any micro. Instead of just 2 rows, you're going to end up with a full team and an extra row at the end. And look at that Bane hit. See, if you don't split off your Banes, that's what's going to happen as well. If you don't detonate those mines, okay. So look at that. You have 3 full rows, and this is without even using stim either. Okay, so it's really important for you to use this strategy to split off your army and your Lings in order to mitigate the amount of mine damage that you have and deal as much AoE damage with your Banes that you can. Alright, so let's see that in slow motion. I'm right clicking towards the back with my Banelings, and I'm A moving with my Zerglings in the front. As my Zerglings approach the Widow Mines, I'm box clicking each of them, and I'm splitting them towards the top, the bottom, and also into their army. And at this time, I'm controlling my Banelings and right clicking towards the middle of the army so it doesn't hit any of the surviving Marauders in the front. Once I see that my Banelings are close to Marines, I just right-click towards them and I just detonate on the Marines themselves. Realize that this does take a lot of practice and quick fingers. If you keep practicing it, you'll be able to do it in no time. So when you have Mutas in the mix, what their main goal is to get rid of your enemy's Medivacs. So you want to have them in their own control group as well. What you're going to do with these Mutas is you're going to right-click and hold shift, and then you're going to right-click each of these Medivacs. What this does is that once the Mutas are done with one Medivac, they'll go on to the other one and pretty much ignore everything on the ground. Because everything on the ground, your Ling Bane army is going to take care of. The reason why you want to get rid of these Medivacs is because if any of this army survives, these Medivacs are able to pretty much just pick them up and they can just boost away. If you have Mutas going against them and killing them, they have a less chance of surviving and they won't be able to pick up as much as having all of the Medivacs alive, right? So you're going to do your Baneling or Ling Baneling, right click towards everything in the back, and also you're going to shift click the Mutas. So this is what it's going to look like. So I want to make sure that each of these are in their own group, and I want to box click split at the same time. Okay, so let's do this. Alright, I'm going to split these off, and I'm going to right click each of these Medivacs and it split off these Lings and Banes in all different directions, right? Okay, see how many Mutas I have left? I have all of these Mutas and they can pretty much just take care of the rest of this army. And they only have they have 0 Medivacs left, right? Okay, so that's what it's going to look like if you do the box click split and also killing all their Medivacs at once. You have all these Mutas left and you can just replace your ground army very easily because they're cheap, right? So let's try that again without any micro. So let's just right click towards or A move towards their army and see what happens. So they have a lot left, pretty much. Okay. They have all of these Marines and they have all these Medivacs as well. These Medivacs can just pick up everything and they can just leave. Only have about 10 Mutas left compared to the 2 rows that I had before. As you can see, it's a lot more effective, and you get to get rid of all of these Medivacs too. And these are the most important part of the Marine Army, or the Marine Medivac Army. Alright, so let's see that in slow motion one more time. I'm right-clicking towards the back with my banelings, and I'm A-moving with my lings as well, and mutas. But when I get to the front, I'm splitting off my lings, I'm also splitting off my banes, and I'm using my mutas to right-click on the Medivacs themselves. What this does is that it gets rid of all the Medivacs as soon as possible, and they will not be able to have any escape route. Now with your lings and banelings taking care of the ground, it gets rid of the Marines, so then they will not be able to kill your mutas at the end when they're trying to kill the Medivacs too. Alright, so I think that's about everything when it comes to Ling, Baneling, Muta Micro versus MMM and Mines. Most of the time your Terran is going to transition into something like Liberators to kill off your mutas, but then to counter that, you're going to be going Corruptors and also Hive Tech at the same time, and getting Vipers and Ultras to kill their MMM army. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for this video. If you liked it, or if it helped you at all, please hit the like and subscribe button to see more future tutorials and gameplay action. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.